is going on, guys? So last video, actually, I kind of realized that I didn't really go into detail about the engine I got yet to B20, but I didn't really go into detail what it was, my plans are, what I'm gonna do with it. So the motor that I got is a Jdm B20 high compression. It has about 40 to 60,000 miles on it. I know there's a lot of buzz about people talking about, oh, low compression, high compression. You can't turbo high compression, you know, low compression is good for boost. But you know what, that's a myth. Because obviously if you go low compression, then you can run high pounds of boost safely and reliably. Or let's say like if you were to do like a B20 high compression, if you run high pounds of boost, you could probably blow something. So for this case, I'm gonna do high compression, since that's the motor I have. High compression with low pounds of boost. Under 10 for sure, maybe 10, but anything above that would be a little bit too crazy. You know, it's a ticking time bomb. It kind of cancels out, you know. So the whole thing about people saying, oh, you can't boost high compression, that's not true. That is not true. You could probably get away with more though on low compression, but I don't want to go anything like super crazy with this B20 I have right now. You know, it's just something to give me like at least 300, at least. Nothing below that. The VTEC head, I'll be able to hit 300, but we're gonna go just the B20 right now, long block B20, till later on I find a VTEC head and then I end up putting that on my B20. So the VTEC head that I have for my B16, I actually sold it to my brother for dirt cheap. But he's gonna fix that up and run it on his LS. So he's gonna run an LS VTEC. So we're just gonna do a B20 long block, turbo, high compression, 10 pounds of boost. Still get good numbers for now until we get a VTEC head. Yes, sir. You guys are probably like, damn, this guy can't swap the motor out, just a little D16. It is extremely hot out here in Vegas today. It is 107 degrees outside right now. There's no more D-series in there. It's right there. The fourth, fifth, I don't know how many times I've taken this engines out from this chassis. But I have my B20 right here. This is a B20 right here. I do have that LS manifold right here, but it's like painted from like just the junkyard. The valve cover is disgusting and all this and that, you know. I'm still working on that. But I do have my brother's EJ8, and he's currently doing or he's gonna do an LS VTEC conversion, so he doesn't need this manifold. He's running a Skunk 2. He's running the B16 distributor, and then I'm gonna take this fuel rail too. So it's like a part out car right now. I'm gonna take the valve cover too. He looks way better than mine. Mine looks kind of busted, so I'm gonna take his valve cover, his distributor, the intake manifold. Since it's not like painted on anything, I might as well just take this one instead of taking the other one. Take his throttle body. He has a Skunk 2 one. At the fuel rail, he has an AM one. So he's gonna just replace all that. We get most of his stuff from here. So yeah, I don't know if these wires are still good or not. I have my red ones, but we'll see. All right, got this motor all blocked off. Right now what I'm gonna do is paint the block. Just mask it off, so I'm gonna paint the valve cover. All right, here are the results of the painted block. It looks clean. It looks like somebody, you know, just cleaned it all up. It looks super clean. I did put on the valve cover that my brother had on there. It did get a little bit dirty. There's some gasket maker. But either way, this one's way better condition than the one I had. The one I had looked pretty gross. But yeah, here we are right here. All right, now I'm gonna take off the B20 oil pan. It's all busted up. So, since the last clip that you guys saw of me supposedly taking out the oil pan, since then I haven't recorded for like 2 weeks. And the reason being why I haven't recorded in 2 weeks is because it's just been way too hot here in Las Vegas. Just extremely hot. You don't even want to do anything outside. You don't want to be outside. So I haven't recorded anything in 2 weeks due to that. It's just extremely hot. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm removing this dusty transmission that I'm going to use for my B20. from the B16 block. This is the B16 transmission. So I'm gonna just start by taking off the tranny. All right, so we were finally able to take off the transmission. What it was actually, I didn't know. I actually didn't realize I had to take off the actual starter in order to pop the tranny out. That's why it was so hard to take out. Because one of the bolts up here was bolted on to the starter. This bolt right here. I was trying to pull it off without taking this off. So it's kind of an L for me, but you know, you tranny's out, B16 transmission. This is going on the B20 up there. I just need to take out the clutch, put that on the B16 tranny, and then pop it into the B20 and we should be good. Again, I'm going to be selling this B16 block, so anybody needs it, hit me up. Alright, and here's actually the clutch. This is actually a brand new clutch I had installed for my B16. So this is brand new. Doesn't even have any miles, and I didn't even drive the B16. So I should be good with this one still. This is the flywheel. Just gotta bolt that. I don't know the size, but I'll figure it out. And I just gotta take off the plate right there on the, that's the automatic one. It's the manual one. Alright, so putting the gasket back on. I just cleaned it out, so it looks pretty clean. This is the B21. I shouldn't have taken it off, but I got a new gasket either way that my brother had laying around. Sorry about it around this. Again, I'm gonna go NA for a little bit just to get a cool little feel for the B20 first before I go turbo. So I put the oil pan on with the oil pan gasket. I didn't get to record it, but I'm done for the day. You know, I'm about to pass out. So right now I'm just transferring all this stuff from the B16 block onto the B20. Now I'm replacing the main seal. Got the replacement part right here. So I'm just gonna pry it out. I do gotta take it off kind of gently because I don't want to mess up the housing. Anything on there, so I'm just gently prying it out with this dull screwdriver. It's not sharp at all. All right, just like that. We got the old main seal out and the new ones right here. So we don't need that anymore. You do want to use a little bit of oil to lube up the side that's going to go towards the crank. You want to make sure this thing is pretty nice and snug. You don't want any oil leaks coming from your main seal, especially if the engine's already in the car, because then you got to take the whole transmission out and do it all over again. So might as well, that my engine's out and my transmission's out, might as well just do everything right so I don't have to do worry about it till like another while. Good technique too that I'm doing right now is I'm using the old main seal. I'm like putting it over there because it's like the exact same size, and then I'm just hitting it in there with the hammer softly. I don't want to mess up anything else, so I put it like that, and I just hit with the hammer the old main seal just to get it to push in carefully without hitting this part. All right, main seal is all done. What I'm gonna do right now is just clean the flywheel with some brake cleaner that I have laying around over there. You don't have any fingerprints in there, or else it cause your transmission to like slip and stuff. I do have some fingerprints on that. Looks pretty filthy. So I do have the new bearings on the transmission fork. So you just go ahead and put the clutch in there with the clutch alignment tool. All right, so I'm gonna go through the brake cleaner, clean the pressure plate. Might as well have everything clean, that you don't put dirty stuff back in your motor. Might as well while it's out, just do a nice little cleaning. So that thing is pretty clean though. And then you're gonna line it up with these dowels that it has right here. It has like these 3 little dowels right there. They'll go into the pressure plate. And if those are lined up, then you know you're good. Should we get these lined up? The bottom one lined up pretty good. All right, so we got the flywheel, the clutch, and the pressure plate all on there. Everything's all good, torqued down. I use brake cleaner to clean everything down, make it super clean. What I'm gonna do now is just clean up this transmission because it's filthy, it's disgusting. Like that, I don't want to put it back in there when I already painted my block. And then this, it was already painted. I painted it for my B16, but it's just a bunch of oil on it, a bunch of debris and stuff like that. All right, now here I got the intake manifold all mashed up and stuff. I'm about to spray it with some more of the stuff that I sprayed the block with to get that aluminum kind of finish. This is some light coats, nothing crazy. The wind's kind of blowing. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and unmask everything. I already kind of unmasked this bolt that right here. Look at that, pretty clean, pretty clean. It's not too perfect, but that's all right either way. I wasn't trying to get like a perfect look, just to touch it up a little bit. It wasn't that bad either way. It was on my brother's EK right there, so it wasn't too bad. I just want to give it a little touch up, you know. I just cleaned with some brake cleaner and I gave it a little touch up. Not too bad, not too bad. So I actually forgot to take videos of the transmission actually on the engine and all painted up and stuff. But I do have a pig right here, so this is what it's sitting like right now. It looks super clean. Alright, that's gonna do it for this video, y'all. Next video, I'm gonna be putting the actual B20 into the EG. So yeah, peace. Hating on the road and I still ain't got time. Geeking on the